Jerry Cadro, would you consider supporting a program that paid for tribal members' college expenses or vocational training in return for them working for the tribe for a set number of years after they graduate?
I actually brought that up in a board meeting. I wonder if he was there. I think that a grow your own program is an excellent idea. People in the board and managers have complained how difficult it is to get qualified people to work here. They say that they're using the tribe as a training ground. They come here, get all this experience, and then they leave. No, I think that the Bureau of Indian Affairs does it. They will take and train teachers and educators, but they are required to put X number of years back into their communities.
Like the hospital does.
And if you do not, then you owe back all the money.
Right. The hospital says you gotta work there 2 years, or if you get 2 years of college, they help pay for it, but you gotta give 4 or something like that.
You know, and that would be good for our tribe. I think that that's an excellent idea. I would like to see that happen. Hopefully one day we'll be in a fiscal position where we can do those kinds of things, or even, you know, look for grants or something like that. What a good idea.
Well, they do have them on interns even, don't they? They pay, the government
Interns?
pays their wage for 3 months until
Yeah,
decide to
I'm
hire.
not sure. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I've seen that. I read something like
But
that.
imagine if we had a dental student and we brought them and they became a dentist. We helped them get through dental school, and they came back here and spent 5 years.
Right,
We have a dentist for 5 years and we don't have to worry about leaving.
right, absolutely. It has its perks.
It's great. It's a good idea.
Okay, Robert Earl Bjorkman, how do you feel about medical coverage outside the area that is already served? Some tribal members have to travel for employment purposes and cannot afford meds coverage in a lot of the different places.
That is such a big problem. Because, you know, I have lots of family and friends downstate that are affected by that. The bad part is that the tribe isn't the one that's deciding that they get the services or not. Our service area, as far as I understand it, is dictated by Indian Health Services. We're not in a position with this tribe to be able to afford to buy all the pharmaceuticals even and send them out. The good news that I learned from going to Denver is that with what they call Obamacare, with Affordable Health Care Act, tribal members don't have to pay that premium.
Oh,
Now, isn't that cool?
Well-
Imagine, like, if you live down in Pontiac,
yeah,
you can't get to Detroit to go to, you know, the IHS Urban Center down there. You can't come up north, but you need medications. Affordable care comes in. American Indians do not pay the premium, and you'll have insurance coverage.
wow, that is good news.
That's what I learned. I was so excited in the meeting when I saw it flip by on the screen, because apparently everybody there knew but me.
Somebody that I had talked about earlier about not getting meds and living downstate,
Yep.
they would be covered with that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the terms of affordable care are. What I know is that American Indians are exempt from paying the premiums for the affordable health care.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm I'm excited that people are going to get care that can't get it right now. That's probably the fastest way.
Well, he said, thank you, Robert Earl Bjorkland. Thank you for the chance to ask. I've been wondering about this for a while. Now I have to, there's somebody that posted something on another post. It was, get your questions and ask Jennifer. I put it on my other post, and they didn't, so. Oh, it'll just take me a second to find it.
Okay.
And I think it's about 4 questions, and I think we'll be done. As I'm finding this, would you be willing to do another one of these eventually?
Sure.
After I recover from this one?
Oh, it hasn't been that hard. I think that this is important. I think people expect now for communications to be improved.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the reason why I was excited about doing this. People need to be able to see. They need to be able to hear.
Absolutely.
Because
why are
typing and things like that, people misunderstand what's being said.
why don't we have like a movie camera like we did before, you know? And even put it on somewhere where you could see it actually, you know?
You know, I don't know. I don't know why we don't have our meetings televised anymore. They used to be.
Well,
And I'm
that's
sure
something-
somebody's going to say, oh, it costs too much money. Well, yeah, probably it does.
Well, it's probably
But
costing right
what
now
else
to
can
put
we
it
do?
on somebody that we don't even see it, you know what I mean?
Well,
And you can add.
it might be like, you know, the pictures we talked about earlier. Well, this is how we've always done it. Not good enough.
Yeah.
It's not, but, you know, it's one of those things that I'm
Maybe
making
that's
a
something-
list. I'm making a list of things that I want to get to eventually.
And
I'll
I
put
would
it
like
on-
$10,000 on my list too.
I'll put you at the bottom of the.
No, I have to invest here. Okay, Shirley Van Alstyne, in your opinion, what are the top 3 most critical changes that are needed in our tribal government? Standard operation procedures to ensure that our government is running in a more productive and efficient manner for the betterment of the membership.
3. Okay, she's got the first one, standard operating procedures. It's
Yeah, we
almost
talked
like
about that.
it's almost like there are none. People have made them up as they've gone along. And did you ever see a house that started out little and then they tacked on a room here and tacked on a room there? Well, it
Yeah.
seems like we did that with our tribal organization. As it grew, instead of having a plan with how we're going to grow, they just grew and everybody took care of their own little spot. And none of it makes sense from the big picture. We need to standardize our operating procedures. There's so much redundancy. It completely boggles my mind. I constantly say, are you kidding me? I get an email, I'll get the same email like 6 times from different sources. 6 times I'm going and seeing the same email. You know, and that's fine, but it's a redundancy that we could get rid of. There are lots of redundancies. Standard operating procedures, I think, would eliminate a lot of that. And there's also integrity needs to be built back in. And, you know, people can make fun of me, they can do whatever, but, you know, our integrity has been, you know, bought, has been marginalized. We have to, you know, and our people expect board members, their elected leaders, they expect them to live at a higher level and they have higher expectations. It's just like when I'm a school teacher. They expect you to be the pillars of your community, to live your life in the best possible way, to be a role model, you know, all those good things. We don't have that anymore. The integrity is questioned every single time. We need to get that back. How
And
can
how-
people have faith?
How do you propose to do that? By standing by your principles, by policy and procedure?
Absolutely, absolutely. Nobody tells me what to do. I could be wrong, but it's my wrong.
Okay, that was 2, now you got 1 more.
One more. Let's talk about accountability. Let's look at that. Now, standard operating procedures will take care of some of that, but with accountability comes holding people accountable. It's not enough to just identify it. People need to be held accountable.
But how can you do that without the Constitution? Because they don't have no standard.
Well, there's still, even in an enterprise, a business enterprise, accountability is still there, whether the Constitution is in place or not. We can go ahead and start developing accountabilities and hold people accountable.
What about the board though?
Absolutely, the board needs to be accountable.
But they have no standing with the board until the Constitution is in place.
They have no standing in terms of being able to file a lawsuit against them, but we're absolutely accountable. And, you know, I know people say, well, voting them out in 4 years isn't enough. It's not a quick enough turnaround, but we need to be accountable. How can you, I can't move forward without feeling that I'm being accountable. People want to know things about, I tell you. You've contacted me, you've asked me questions, and I answer them. There's no secrets, there's nothing. This is how I see it. And I'm going to call it like I see it. People aren't going to like it. I don't follow anybody blindly. I may agree with people one day and not agree the next. It's not personal. It's not about any one individual. It should always be about what's best for the tribe and using our judgment that we're being counted on by our people to use it. Now, people might not like how I think and will disagree with me certainly on things that I think are important and they don't. That's fine. That's part of diversity. It makes us grow. But we certainly need to listen, and we need to make sure that we're taking into consideration all the things. Because my way isn't the best way. Somebody's going to have something better than what I can come up with. Integrity comes with when you can acknowledge that theirs is better than yours.
So you've got a policy, procedure, integrity, and accountability.
Right.
Okay. Shirley Van Alstyne, as a new member to the board, what has been the most difficult part of your job in representing the members of the tribe?
People with personal agendas. That's absolutely the most difficult part of my job.
As of the board?
As in everybody. It's not just the board, it's not just the membership. It's almost human nature. It's the same issue that I had when I was a teacher. People who are running their own personal agendas are doing things not for the good of anybody other than themselves. That's a problem.
Okay. Shirley Van Alstyne, do you believe that you are doing a good job in keeping the membership aware of your activities? And if so, what choice of resources are you using to keep the membership informed of the activities that you have or currently are working on with other board members?
I think I'm doing a good job. I don't think I'm doing a great job. But I'm certainly trying, I feel like I'm trying to reinvent the wheel. There aren't things in place for me to already do that. You know, the internet is relatively new to the tribe. Prior to that, what did we have? The unit report, some unit meetings. There wasn't much, and I'm trying to find my own way in doing this. I have my own website. I post things on STG. I post on the Sioux Tribe Forum. I'm on Twitter. I'm on, I'm doing lots of things. I take phone calls. I carry my phone with me all the time. I meet privately. I'm just a few months into this, and not that it's an excuse, but I'm definitely in the learning mode, and I'm trying to find out what works best. I'm trying to cover a lot of bases to let people know. And like I asked you tonight, I thought that I put it clearly why I did what I did. But even with that, you're telling me that that wasn't enough. Okay, then what else do I need to do? Because I think it's important. Communication is important. So here I am. And I'm doing this, and I'll do it again.
Okay. Now, Bill Masta, you've touched ground on this, but number 1, new constitution. Number 2, separation of powers. 3, give Aaron back his power so he can talk with other government officials.
Why can't Aaron talk to other government officials? He seems to be doing a lot of that. I don't understand. Who can't he talk to?
He's saying he thinks Aaron has no power, but he does.
He's got a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a misperception there. Maybe that needs to be cleared up. But Aaron meets with lots of important people. Lots.
Does he have the power to act upon that kind of situation? Like go meet with all these people, I think he's saying, and
sure he
talk
does.
with them?
Yeah, he goes and meets. He comes back and tells us, I met with this person and that person. I don't know that he's doing that until he's told us he's already done it. I mean, he's not asking permission to go and do those things. He's doing what he needs to do. No.
Does he need permission?
No.
Okay.
If he were to ask my permission, can I go and meet with the governor of the state of Michigan? I would go, what? If you have the opportunity to meet with the governor of the state of Michigan, go. Why are you asking for permission?
Okay. Okay, one more question. Will you give Linda Nowling $10,000 to invest in the Lansing Casino?
I will give Linda Nowling $10,000 to invest in the Lansing Casino when I hit the mega bucks slot.
Like how I read that one off, eh? Okay, well that's it. This is Jennifer McLeod, Unit 1 representative. I've already committed of doing this again to let people
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
We just covered on the basis of what's been going on in the STG, what we've been hearing. This is what was to meet Jennifer in person, her views, her points. We talked aside, she's very much of working with Aaron and the rest of the board to commit to all be in betterment of the tribe. She had no disagreement on that. That's what they're here for, she said. They're to help get this tribe moving forward. Now, like she said, if you have any questions, you call her. If you need to meet with her, you call her and she'll meet with you. I want to thank Jennifer very much for this opportunity to give her.
Pretty much.
And I hope that you all view this on the STG. It'll probably be in 10 parts. But just bear with me, or bear with Rex. But I hope to do this again, and thank you. Good night.
Pretty much.